Hey y'all, my name is Travis and welcome to Travis Bricks YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about cleaning bricks. I got in some bulk. So here you can see some there. I got this came from 11th Street on Whatnot. This came from Lego My Ego. Also on Whatnot, I got tons of bricks, tile, plates, more tile of all kinds, tons of brick. And I don't know if this is cleaned or not, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean all of it. I also have a set or two over there that I need to clean, so we're going to talk about that today. I know there's a bunch of different ways that people do this and all that, so I'm just going to show you the way that I do it. I'm not saying that my way is absolutely correct or perfect. I'm just telling you the way that I do it, and you can take it or leave it. Um, so let's first go ahead and get these out of bags and into the first step. Okay, so the first thing I do is I transfer these into these like laundry bags. And I have a couple different types. This is a big one that I bought off of Amazon. And you can see it's both like has fine mesh and kind of a larger mesh. If I have just a lot of bulk that I got in and not really sorted at all, I'll just throw it all into this one big one and clean it that way. I have a couple others. So this, you have to be careful what you use because it's not very fine. So I only use this if I have already sorted and it's mostly like brick or plate or anything that's not going to go through those little holes. And then I have a really fine mesh one for all the smaller pieces just to make it easier. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of it as long as they're not going to fall through um, fall through the little holes. So I'm going to go ahead and these plates, I'm going to pull that sticker out and I'm going to put this into one of these bags. I picked these bags up at Walmart. They're really pretty cheap. I think they were maybe like total of maybe $2 a piece or something. I don't know. They were not very expensive. Even the bigger ones were not very expensive either. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw these plates in there with that as well. Make sure I pull that paper out of there. And the biggest tip that I can tell you with this step especially, is make sure that you seat that zipper back in there so that it's all up in there and secured so that when you're taking these around in the next step, that nothing falls out. Um, these tiles, now, if I was really concerned about these, I would pull out any of the stickered ones, but on quick look, I don't see any expensive stickered ones in there. So I'm probably just gonna just go with it. There's a fun one. See that? The Eiffel Tower. Thought there's a Singapore. Those are those are kind of fun. Um, that looks printed. Yeah, I mean nothing looks. I don't see anything that stands out to me as being like, hey, you should probably pull that out. So I'm just gonna throw them all into one. I'm just gonna use this one. It doesn't, like I said, the bags don't really matter. Um, I like to not use one like overly big. Oh, hi Harley, hey, buddy. Harley's upset because I'm not playing with him right now. Um, so there's that bag. Let's throw this bag in there. All this tile came from Lego My Ego on Whatnot. He runs one of the best part streams on Whatnot. I think his shipping is super fair. That's usually where part streams go awry for me on Whatnot, is that shipping gets outrageous real quick. But I think he does a really good job of making sure that shipping is accurate and you don't overpay. And prices for parts are really usually pretty good. So there's my bag of tile. This is a bag of a bunch of tree parts. So I'm going to leave this all together and I'm going to be very gentle with this because there could be some old brown pieces in here. And if you don't know that the old brown is super, super brittle, So I'm going to be super careful with that in the next couple steps and processes. So if I have something that's brittle like that, I also like to kind of keep that in its own bag just so I can take a little bit more care with it. And then this last little bit is just a bunch of bulk. You can see there's some gray down there, all kinds of stuff. I'm just going to dump that all right into here. If I can find the link to the big bags that I use, I will drop that in the comments. I think I can go back on my orders and find that pretty quickly. I don't think they were very expensive, and they've been extremely helpful. You can fit a lot of Legos. I mean, as you can see, like that barely takes up any of it. Okay, so we got that all prepped, and the next step will be to go put this in the tub and let it soak for a little bit. Okay, so here we are, bathtub. I'm just gonna put these on in here and just let them sit in there. And I'm gonna fill this up with kind of lukewarm water. Oh, let me get the shower curtain out. I'm gonna fill this up with kind of lukewarm water and just a little bit of dish soap. Just a little tiny bit of dish soap, just to you know, work out any stuck on stuff. Not too much, but just enough to kind of help a little bit. Okay, so that's enough water. So the other thing that I heard one time, and I don't know if this really helps or not, but I do this anyways. I put a little bit of Downy in with this, and I was told that this helps take all the hair out of, or get it unstuck from Lego. I don't know if it actually does or not, but I just do it because I figure it can't hurt it. So I just put in a little bit of Downy in there, and we're going to just kind of carefully kind of agitate all of this around. And I'm going to be real careful with these brown ones, which is why I sat them back here. You can't even see, they're right off camera. But I'm going to be real careful with these brown ones, not to really finesse them too much. And there's kind of some smaller, stickier pieces in there, so I want to be careful with that. But these other ones, I'm going to give a good... Especially these plates, you want to make sure that they get all kind of unstuck and get water kind of all through them, get all the soap all through them. Kind of really get it mixed up. And I'm going to let that sit for probably, I don't know, probably about an hour or two. If they were really, really grimy, I would let it sit for longer. I would let it sit for, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 all day, overnight. But these really aren't too bad. They're just, you know, just to make sure that they're clean. So I'm going to let this sit for about an hour or so. And then we'll come back with the next step.
2 hours later.
All right, so we've let this soak for probably about an hour and a half or so. I come up and I kind of agitate them a little bit every, I don't know, every 30 minutes or so, whenever I think about it. So I'm going to go and let the water drain out and show you the next little step here. So the next thing we're going to do, as soon as this water drains down a little bit, is I'm going to run clean water over them just to kind of rinse off the soap. And I have a towel right here next to me, right there next to me, that I'm going to transfer them to after I kind of let them shake off and drain. Again, you want to make sure that you don't use too hot of water when you're doing this either. The one thing I will say about these bags that have the finer mesh holes is that it seems like it takes water a little bit longer to drain out of them than the other ones. But they're way more secure. Like, I feel pretty good about this bag. The ones that have the big holes, I don't feel so great about sometimes. But I haven't had one break on me yet. So we're going to take these downstairs where I have a smooth floor, so that it doesn't matter if a little bit of water gets on it. So I'm just going to kind of wrap these up in the towel and take them on downstairs, and we'll pick up there. Okay, so this is my drying rig, and this is just a milk carton. It's actually a record because it's a little bit taller. But anyways, stuck on top of some Lego cups with a fan stuck on top that's going to blow air down through. So I'm going to lift the fan off, and I just kind of throw these right here. And this floor gets wet. I've had this floor get flooded several times, so I'm not concerned about water getting on the floor. If you were concerned about water getting on the floor, you could maybe put a towel down there. But like I said, I'm not too concerned. I'm going to turn this fan on high, stick it down like that, and I'll let this sit for probably about a day. So I'll let this sit overnight. It's about 8:30 p.m. So when I get up in the morning, I will come down. I'll shake the bags a little bit. Maybe flip the kind of layering, like put some of the other ones on top instead of put that one on the bottom. And then I'll let it go for another little bit, and then we'll be ready to go. All right, so this has been on overnight. So actually, I feel like they're probably mostly dry already. But since I'm about getting ready to go to work, I'm just going to flip these over. So I'm going to put this guy on the bottom. I've kind of rolled them a little bit. I've rolled these a little bit. Gonna lay them on top. And turn the fan back on and back over till I get home from work. All right, so it's been probably about 20 hours or so. These are probably long dry. They were probably dry earlier today when I flipped them over. But so they're ready to go and get sorted. I'm gonna keep these separated because they're all gonna go into very specific bins. This one I'll just dump out into one of my sorting bins. Key to take the lid off. And this will all get sorted into the appropriate place in my bulk storage. Oops. Come on. There we go. Make sure there's one piece left. So that'll get sorted in my bulk storage. That's just a bunch of plates, which will go right into the plate drawer. Tiles will get sorted, and this will go in my tree thing. So that's it for today. So if you like these videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more. Thanks, y'all.